Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamlah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Quatazab Zayan from GMS Holland branch, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai with another lesson, with another video. And Lord willing, this video is edifying. So in this lesson, I want to go into Second Chronicles. I was reading that, and then the Spirit jumped on me. Certain thoughts popped into my mind. Spirit guided me, and Yartaza, that this video is going to be edifying. Second Chronicles 15. And let me start off at verse 1. It says, Second Chronicles 15, verse 1. And the Spirit of Yahweh came upon Azariah, the son of Oded. And one thing, I went into the names, and it says Azariah, which actually in the Hebrew, in the Lashon Kodash, in the Holy Tongue, the ancient Hebrew, it's Azariah, and the outline of a big usage says Yahweh has helped. So I know that this name, Azariah, is actually in the Greek, it's Lazarus. Let me see, what was that? So about, let's see real quick, what was it? Luke 16, I believe, or Luke 17. Yeah, Luke 16. And it says here, Luke 16, verse 12, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gates full of sores. And if you go into that word Lazarus, Lazaros, and the outline of a big usage says, whom Yahweh helps. And in the Hebrew name, it says here, Eleazar, which here you also see it in the Hebrew, it's Allah Izar. You see? So that's a connection right there. This is not necessarily a precept, but it got me thinking about this, that the Most High, he used that prophet, Isaiah, which means the Most High helps, to bring forth a message, to the king. And that's what we're going to read about. And here in Luke 16, it also speaks about Isaiah, Lazarus, who the Most High helps. And we are spiritually Lazarus. We are that beggar. We are in a low place right now. And the rich man is Esau. He's faring sumptuously, mainly the elite of Esau. You see? So that had me thinking about that. But to go back to Second Chronicles. Second Chronicles 15. And let me also look at that word Oded, which Oded is Iwadat, and the outline of biblical usage says the restorer. So the father of Isaiah the prophet in the reign of King Asa of Judah. So Oded means restorer, and Yaratazah, we are going to be restored. We read in the prophecies of Isaiah, prophecies of Jeremiah, that the kingdom is going to be restored unto the Israelites. We are going to be put back in our rightful place. You see? So, nomen omen, man. This word, this name is very spiritual, Idat. So, going back, Second Chronicles 15, verse 1. And the Spirit of Yahweh came upon Isaiah, the son of Oded, and he went out to meet Asa, and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all Judah and Benjamin, the Lord is with you, while ye be with him. And if ye seek him, he will be found of you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. You see, and that also got me thinking about Isaiah 55, verse 1, that you should seek. No, Isaiah 55, verse, I think it's 3 or something. Isaiah 55. Verse 6. Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. And now is the time to call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now he's near. Now he's sending out his servants, the prophets, that are full of the Spirit of the Most High, to tell you these things, to warn you, you know. So seek him while he is near. But if you forsake him, he's not going to have any pleasure in you. You see? Like it says in the book of Hebrew. If you turn back from doing the works of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, if you turn back from from serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So it says, verse 3, now for a long season Israel had been without the true power and without teaching priest and without law. So this is the book of Chronicles. So this is the records. The word chronicle means record. So these are the records of the things that happened in the past. But, like the scripture says, the thing that has been, that shall be. And there's no new thing under the sun. So we constantly went off. We constantly forsook the Most High. There wasn't a priest, nobody to teach us the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, but the Most High would always provide a king, a priest, a judge. If you read in the book of Judges, the Most High would set a judge up, and then they would go off again. The Israelites would go off again. And the Israelites, the biblical Hebrew Israelites, are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. See? So they would constantly go off, so the Most High would set up somebody else for them. He would let them do wickedness, but after a while he would send a judge. And now the same thing happened again. We have now basically accomplished our punishment of all these years. You see? So going back to verse 4, reading on from verse 4. But when they in their trouble did turn unto Yahweh, power of Israel, and sought him, he was found of them. You see? So when we seek Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you're going to find him. And the same thing happened to me. The same thing happened to the brothers that are in this truth. Like it says in the book of Sirach, wisdom was walking with us in the crooked ways in the beginning, and he tried us. Wisdom tried us, but we were seeking for the truth because we were living in this hellhole, and we were starting to unplug from this matrix, from this Babylonish way of living. We're like, no, man, this can't be it. So we were seeking the truth. We were seeking the light. We were seeking the Most High because we saw the darkness. We see the darkness happening all around us. You see? So we were seeking the light. And like we just read, if you seek the Most High, then you're going to find him. Verse 5. And in those times there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in, but great vexations were upon all the inhabitants of the countries, and nation was destroyed of nation, and city of city, for Yahweh did vex him with all adversary. Be ye strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. So you should continue in the works of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because you are going to receive your reward. And you're going to receive your reward by the hands of who? You can read that in Revelation 21. Or 22. Yeah. This is Revelation 22, verse 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. You see? So the Most High, don't get feeble, don't get fainted, don't get weak in the hands, but continue in this doctrine, continue in this ministry, and you shall receive your reward from Yahweh Shai. You see? 1 Corinthians 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So your labor is not in vain. It's not, you're not going to be left empty-handed in the end of the day. You know, you don't see your fruits of your labor immediately, and that's not what it's about. But in the end, the Most High is gonna, balance everything out. Put up the balance and reward you according unto your works. You see. So to go back, verse 8, 2 Chronicles 15, verse 8. And when Asa heard these words, and this was basically in the time of Asa. So Asa was, this is the record of Asa, but I'm shining a light on how it was back then and how we, how he did good in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and how we should also keep doing good in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so that everything is going to be, they're going to be rewarded, and you're going to reign in the kingdom of heaven, just like how Asa in the end reigned for a certain amount of years, But if you continue like Asa did, if you do the things that Asa did, then that's acceptable. That's well acceptable in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. See? 2 Chronicles 15, verse 8. And when Asa heard these words and the prophecy of Odad, the prophet, he took courage and put away the abominable idols out of all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and out of the cities which he had taken from Mount Ephraim, and renewed the altar of Yahweh that was before the porch of the Lord. See? So what did he do? He put away all those idols. So that's exactly what we also need to do. All these things that we got from culture and the ways of this world, that go into idolatry, spiritual idolatry. We need to put those things away. Touch no unclean thing. You see, like the scripture says, I believe it was in Second Corinthians 5 or 6. Bear with me for a second. Second Corinthians 6, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them. Among what? Among those idols, like it says here. Second Corinthians 6, verse 16. And what agreement had the temple of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, with idols? For ye are the temple of the living power. And Yahweh had said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their power, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, among those idols, those the spiritual idolatry, and be ye separate. And to be separate means to be holy, to be set apart. That's what it means to be holy. So be ye separate, be ye a saint, said Yahweh, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. So don't go back after you've put all these things away and you start following Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Don't go back to those things, to those unclean things, to that spiritual idolatry. You see? Verse 9, 2 Chronicles 15, verse 9. And he gathered all Judah and Benjamin and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh and out of Simeon, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance when they saw that Yahweh, his power, was with him. You see, and that's gonna happen again, man. When Jacob's trouble is gonna hit, when the light of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is gonna be seen upon us, when people are dying left and right, when people are starving and we are going to be well fed, then Yahweh is gonna be seen. It's gonna be seen that Yahweh is with us. Yaratazah. You know, we read about it and Yaratazah that we are those men that are gonna be doing well in those times. Verse 10. So they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the 3rd month, in the 15th year of the reign of Asa, and they offered unto the Lord the same thing of the spoil which they have brought, 700 oxen and 7,000 sheep. And they entered into a covenant to seek Yahweh power of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. That whosoever would not seek Yahweh, power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And they swore unto Yahweh with a loud voice, and with shouting, and with trumpets, and with cornets. And all Judah rejoiced at the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart, and sought him with their whole desire, and he was found of them. And Yahweh gave them rest round about. See, so the whole nation was, the whole nation was restored. The whole nation was separate, was set apart, became holy. You know, and that's also what has been on my mind the past days. You know, the story, the movie Birth of a Nation. That's really what's happening right in front of people, their eyes, man. It's basically the rebirth of a nation, the rebirth of the nation of Israel. You see, because this thing is about the nation. We're building up our nation again. First, we have to do it spiritually, and then it's going to come physically. Because when spiritually everything is in check, then Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to be with us, and then we're going to be unstoppable, just like we read. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gave them rest round about. So we are going to be protected by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So it's a thing about a nation. You know? It's not about it's not an individual thing. We are setting up the whole nation through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua right now. Verse 16. And also concerning Macha, the mother of Asa, the king, he removed her from being queen because she had made an idol in a grove. like I was reading, you know, don't touch the unclean thing. So the mother, that was the queen, she was removed from her position. And Asa cut down her idol and stamped it, and burned it at the brook Kidron. But the high places were not taken away out of Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was perfect all his days. And he brought into the house of Yahweh the things that his fathers had dedicated, and that he himself had dedicated, silver and gold and vessels. And there was no more war unto the 13th year of the reign of Asa. So it was 35 years that he reigned. So this, when I read this, you know, I was thinking about how we basically, when we were all Gentiles in a Gentile state of mind. So we all had things upon us, idols upon us, and ways from the heathens upon us. And when we entered into this truth, we started to cleanse ourselves. You know, the spirit, the washing of the word, that started to cleanse us. You see? And we shouldn't commit spiritual fornication. Why? Let's go to Jeremiah 3 verse 1, and it says, they say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? No, of course not, because you don't know what she which cock carousel she rode on, and then she wants to come back to you. No, man. So it says, shall not that land be greatly polluted? So the woman represents the land, right? The word land is, in this case, speaking about the woman. So the woman is polluted. But thou, the nation of Israel, has played the harlot with many lovers. You see, so we went a whoring after these other gods. We started to flirt with these strange women, like it says in the book of, Proverbs 5. So those other women, those other philosophies and idols, those are the things that we went a whoring with, making the Most High mad. So it says, but thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return unto me, said Yahweh. So the Most High is still going to take us back after we went a whoring with these other gods, with these other nations, their gods, with these other philosophies, the things that they offer up to idols and then receiving rewards. Those are the left-hand side demons at work here on earth, because this world has been given unto Satan. So Satan and his minions are ruling. Satan and his demons are ruling. You see? But we should not touch these unclean things. We should put these things off. Why? We shouldn't commit spiritual fornication. Why? 1 Corinthians 6, verse 16 says this. Verse 15, know ye not that your bodies are the members of Yahushai? So your body, you are part of the body of Yahushai. Shall I then take the members of Yahushai and make them members of a harlot? Yahweh forbid. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai forbid. So your body being a member of the complete church, and you join yourself onto a harlot, then you're committing spiritual fornication. If you, being part of this church, go and worship idols or do certain rituals that are pertaining to idols, then the Most High is going to show you this. Verse 16, the Most High is going to tell you, or it's already written. So this is the conclusion of the matter. It says, what? Verse 16, what? Know ye not that he which is joined to a harlot is one body? For two, said he, shall be one flesh. So if you commit spiritual fornication, mingling those two doctrines or philosophies together, the truth and something else, then what is going to happen? You become one body with that harlot, with that strange woman, with that strange philosophy. You see? And that makes the Most High furious. Why? Because that's the whole reason that we went into captivity. Point blank period. This is that's the whole reason. That's the main point, that we are being punished right now. This is Baruch 4 verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, not to be completely destroyed, but because you moved Yahweh to wrath, ye were delivered unto your enemies. Verse 7, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yahweh. You see? So sacrificing unto devils, sacrificing unto these idols, doing rituals for these other entities, because you only have one deity, and Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he's the only power. But these entities, the ones that have or lesser power that the Most High let rule right now, people were worshiping that. Israelites were worshiping that. You see? So put away the idols, because that's what makes the Most High furious. Go to Hosea 6, 2 and 16. And it says, it shall be at that day, said Yahweh, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Bali. And that word Ishi, which is Ayash, which means husband. Outline of biblical usage says husband. So we are going to be joined unto the Most High, like we just read in Jeremiah 3. The Most High is going to take us back. We're going to come back to the Most High, and we are not going to call him Bali, which is master or Lord. Baal Yah, which is outline of biblical usage, says my Lord. No, we are going to be joined onto the Most High, and that's what you do in marriage. When you are married together, then you are joined together. You see? So we are going to be again married with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in the end of the day. How? Through his son. But let me read on. Verse 17, for I will take away the names of Balaam out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. And in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, and with the fowl of the heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground, and I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. Like we read also in 2 Chronicles 15, there was rest round about us. Nobody's going to come up to fight us. Nobody's going to dare do that. So we are going to dwell, we are going to lie safely. Verse 19, and I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. So we are going to be betrothed. We are going to be joined unto the Most High forever. After this, our punishment is complete, is almost complete. So this is awaiting us, the union with Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. See? So put off the idols, put off the idols. Let me close it off on this. Ezekiel 6. Verse 1, and it says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face towards the mountains of Israel, and prophesy against them. So the mountains, what is a mountain? A mountain is like a pinnacle, and that pinnacle represents the rulers, the ruling party, the ruling government of Israel. For example, when they go to the summits, the G summits and things like that, what do you see? You see all type of rulers, people that rule countries, and they come together and meet at the summit. Why? Because these people, they are the mountains, and they sit together on that day to speak about certain things, certain topics. But like I said, the mountains represent the rulers of Israel, and prophesy against them, you see? So they are doing something that is not correct, not good in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Verse 3, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh, power. Thus said Yahweh to the mountains, and to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, behold, I, even I, will bring a sword upon you, and I will destroy your high places. And your altars shall be desolate, and your images shall be broken, and I will cast down your slain men before your idols. See? So this is going to await people that don't put away idols. The Most High is going to bring a sword, and he's going to cast the slain men in front of the idols. The idols have no power. You worship an idol, but you have more power than that idol, than that statue, than that stone. You see? Verse 5. And I will lay the dead carcasses of the children of Israel before their idols, and I will scatter your bones round about your altars. Verse 6. In all your dwelling places the cities shall be laid waste, and the high places shall be desolate, that your altars may be laid waste and made desolate, and your idols may be broken and cease, and your images may be cut down, and your works may be abolished. And the slain shall fall in the midst of you, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. You see? So this should make you very scared of and examine what you are doing to not be partaker of this. Rather, you want to be partaker of the next verse, verse 8. Yet will I leave a remnant, that ye may have some that shall escape the sword among the nations, when ye shall be scattered through the countries. So we want to be that remnant that is going to make it. You know, we want to survive the sword. We want to survive Jacob's trouble. We want to survive all the calamities that Yahweh Bashem is going to bring here upon earth. You see? So yeah, man, put away the idols. So with that, I hope this video is edifying. And I want to say, Kal Halayim La Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rekakodash Shalom Akim.